In other news tonight, Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of the enormously popular rock band Nirvana, is dead. Apparently, he was a suicide at the age of 27. More now from NBC's Brian Williams.
Kurt Cobain's body was found inside a garage apartment adjacent to his Seattle home. Dead of an apparently self-inflicted shotgun wound, police say a suicide note was nearby. He was among the most powerful voices of his generation, an originator of a music style and fashion called grunge, as lead singer for the hugely successful rock group Nirvana, which has sold 15 million albums worldwide. Kurt Cobain's tenure as a living rock and roll icon was brief and troubled. Just last month, a combination of alcohol and drugs left him in a coma from which he fully recovered. Cobain and his wife, singer Courtney Love, appeared ready to resume life at home with their 2-year-old daughter.
I think to his generation, he's the closest they probably had to a John Lennon.
His look was emulated by millions. His work, one critic said, was influenced by the violence, the drugs, and the diminished opportunities of an entire generation. Brian Williams, NBC News.
When we come back, not your average fixer-upper, the restoration of Michael
Nirvana was found dead yesterday from an apparently self-inflicted gunshot wound. An electrician discovered Cobain's body and a suicide note in a garage apartment at a home Cobain owned in Seattle. His death comes a month after the 27-year-old was hospitalized in Rome for a drug-induced coma. Paul Verkaman looks at Nirvana's and Cobain's influence on the music scene.
With sound and fury through muddled lyrics and raucous guitar strains, Kurt Cobain led Nirvana to both massive record sales and critical praise, a rarity in 90s rock and roll.
There was just a buzz in the air about this band. It was the right moment for this music to catch on. That audience was there. They wanted that combination of angst and desperation that Cobain brought to the music.
Nirvana's stripped-down, hard-edged style sparked numerous imitators. Many critics and fans credited Nirvana with pioneering Seattle's grunge rock movement. Grunge spun off into a nationwide fashion craze, the unkempt look featuring flannel shirts and tattered jeans. Other Seattle-based music acts followed the lead of Cobain's band to superstardom.
And if it wasn't for Kurt, there would probably be no Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, or any of that movement, which is, hitting the charts at #1.
Cobain from Aberdeen, Washington, first shouted on television screens throughout the world in 1991 with Smells Like Teen Spirit. The popular video from Nirvana's Nevermind album showcased the group's disdain for convention, mocking a high school pep rally. Videos spread Nirvana's popularity, and the band received several MTV awards, but Cobain, uneasy with growing fame, seemed disinterested.
I have 3 toilets, and I put 2 of them in each toilet so far, and now I've won a 3rd, so I've
That's the American dream.
Match.
Buried beneath the at times abrasive image and thrashing guitars, lyrical windows into Cobain's tortured soul.
In my head, I'm so ugly, that's okay, so are you.
The songs were great. I mean, a lot of times when somebody who's not really familiar with their music puts it on, it's just kind of real noisy, and you don't want to pay attention to the lyrics because a lot of guitar, a lot of feedback. But if you listen to some of the songwriting, oh, it's great.
I think if there was a John Lennon type figure for the so-called Generation X listener, the kids, young people in their teens and 20s of today, it would be Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, the raspy voice for the disillusioned, the dysfunctional, and the disenchanted, silenced at age 27. Paul Verkaman, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
Japan is expected to have a new government within a week. A spokesman for the ruling parliamentary
A man some considered the pioneer of grunge rock music is dead tonight. He was found shot in his Seattle home. A suicide note was nearby. Many of you have never heard of Kurt Cobain, but your teenagers probably have. His death is having a big impact on many of them. Mary Phelan has our report.
It's like an Elvis for our generation. Callers have been flooding the switchboard at radio station 105.7 The Point ever since word got out earlier today that Kurt Cobain was dead.
It's just really shocking and saddening to lose a talent like Kurt Cobain.
Cobain was found dead in his Seattle home earlier today. He'd been missing for several days. His group Nirvana had been the leader in the grunge movement, characterized by a dense, weary form of punk rock, often with anguished lyrics, most of them written by Cobain.
He wrote really powerful, intense music that touched a nerve with a lot of people that have gone through the problems of the 90s, divorced families and troubled times, and kids just related to him.
Cobain had been hospitalized a month ago in Rome for a drug-induced coma, and in the last week there was talk in the industry that Nirvana was breaking up. Some are wondering tonight whether Cobain's incredible success could ultimately be responsible for his downfall.
Unfortunately, with fame came a lot of problems for him because he never asked for it. He would have been happy just playing music in small clubs and was suddenly thrust upon this spokesperson of a generation.
Now, Cobain leaves a wife, Courtney Love, who is also a singer, and a daughter, Frances, who was born in 1992. You know, we might not be familiar with Kurt Cobain, but I'm told he had a huge influence on teenagers, and his death is actually a very big deal. He was only 27 years old. So it's a big shocker.
I hope it doesn't encourage some of them to think that this is the way to solve some of their problems. It was scheduled, was he not, Nirvana and so forth, to appear in St. Louis this coming summer?
This summer during the Lollapalooza out at Riverport, yeah, and that's a big deal every summer. It's a huge sellout. He had a huge crowd of people who loved him, so it's really sort of a shocker tonight. And by the way, The Point has been having the suicide hotline on tonight. They want to make sure that, there aren't any copycat kind of things. So.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay.
All right, Mary. In Southern California tonight, parents are worried after 5 children with chickenpox died